It's the Daily Dog.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Dog. I am thankful that you are with me today for the return of Nightwish to the channel. It has been too long since I have had a song by Nightwish on the channel, and thanks to Vim on my Patreon, Tim and Pia from YouTube, and some other folks for reminding me that there's some more Nightwish songs out there that we should get to. So the one that we are doing today that they have suggested is called Shoemaker. And this is a song that's relatively new. It was released last year on their 9th album called Human Nature. Now, Human Nature is a 2-disc set from Nightwish. I have already looked at the entirety of their 2nd disc. It was an orchestral work called All the Works of Nature Which Adorn the World. And I was very impressed with the orchestral writing from Tuomas. But this will be my first look at a track off of the first disc, and I am excited to look into it. All of the music on this disc is written by Tuomas Holopainen, who is the keyboardist in the band. So this particular song is kind of dedicated and built around Eugene Shoemaker, was his last name, and he is or was an American geologist who, interestingly enough, is the only person with his remains buried on the moon. Wouldn't that be a cool perch? Right? So Eugene Shoemaker was an American geologist and one of the founders of the field of planetary science. He co-discovered a comet, which is now called Shoemaker-Levy 9, with his wife Carolyn Shoemaker and David Levy. The comet hit Jupiter back in 1994, and the impact was televised around the world. Now, I don't remember this, but this is what I found on the internet. Shoemaker would die a couple years later. He also studied terrestrial craters, the big meteor crater, the Barringer meteor crater in Arizona, and really was a driving force in this field of planetary science. And this song from Nightwish sort of is an homage, it seems like, to Eugene. So let us take a look and see what Shoemaker by Nightwish is all about. Here we go. Let's see it. D minor. Sounds a lot like Nightwish that I'm used to. We're looking at the lyric video put out by the band. 2, 3, 4. Okay, 6. 2, 3, 4. Cool. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So it's 2 measures of 3/4 plus 2 measures of 4/4. Just D minor and sort of C subtonic.
Here I came to be. You're reaching to the far on the stellar sea, but in little stars.
And that little 2-measure sequence of 3 is a little syncopated. Cool. The visuals are awesome too. Interesting, all of the background stuff that's sort of otherworldly, right? We came here to be a waypoint to the far on the stellar sea cut into little stars. Up a step. Nice. E minor. But with still that B flat hanging out a little bit. As a diminished fifth. Back down to D minor. There it is again. Up a step to E. Da-da. And back to D again. We're only about halfway done, and they're almost done with all of these lyrics. Y'all. Something different.
And when he shall die,
I read that this is a Romeo and Juliet quote.
Stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with the night
They tell us.
and pay no
Thank you.
worship to the garish sun.
Interesting. Ooh. F, G, E, D, but very high. Wow, floor. If I needed a soprano soloist, I might hire Floor if she would do it, right? Wonderful. Laudato Si. Praise be to you is the Latin for that. And ad astra means to the stars. I think they're talking, I also think that that's in reference to writing by the Pope, calling us to care for the earth, right? The images are awesome. Here comes the choir. Love it. And there it goes. There goes the sun. And a little D hanging on there at the end. Wow. Shorter tune for Nightwish from what I'm used to, y'all. But I think that could be really expounded because they only did a little bit of that Latin there at the end. Laudato Si, praise be to you, if I'm remembering my Latin, is what that means. And then ad astra means something celestial, means something like to the heavens, to the stars, sort of thing. The quote from Romeo and Juliet, and when he shall die, take him and cut him out into little stars, or in little stars, and he will make the face of heaven so fine that all the world will be in love with the night and pay no worship to the garish sun. As with all of Shakespeare, it's written in English, but it needs some translation, doesn't it? I'm trying to figure out what it means in this context. I think that's Juliet saying that, if I remember right, and she's saying like if his body now that if his body were the stars. It were like heavenly, and and people, if his body were the stars, people would love the night as much as she loves Romeo. Remember, this is before illumination, electricity, and the nighttime could get pretty, scary and overbearing. But I think that's what she's talking about in this situation. If his body was the stars, people would love the night. as much as she loves her Romeo. Interesting to include that. Like I said, the images were just stunning in this lyric video. At the very beginning of the song, the first lyrics, "Now you've been tucked in." I think they're talking about Mr. Shoemaker there and having his remains sort of interred on the moon. Now you've been tucked in for eternal earthrise and wonder. Earthrise meaning you have to be on the moon to see the earth rise instead of on the earth seeing the moon rise, right? A whole different celestial perspective, and it can help us. You know, when we seek to get outside of ourselves and seek a broader perspective, it can illuminate our issues that we're mired with and help us to move forward. Wonderful stuff. I need to look more into this particular album. I haven't listened to any of this first track or this first disc in this set. I need to do some more of that. Nightwish, always coming through. Floor and the gang, just wonderful as always. Tuomas is a wonderful composer. I really do respect his work. And the whole band. So thanks y'all for being here. This has been fun. Thank you to Vim and Tim and Pia for suggesting this song. Very much enjoyed it. Thanks everybody. We'll see you next time on another edition of The Daily Doug.